This Sunday is the final Sunday of the liturgical year, the Solemnity of Christ the King. It's an interesting title. We don't have kings in this country, and so sometimes this feels like a mythical character kind of thing from storybook times or whatnot, right? It's not Christ the president, it's not Christ the senator, or Christ the governor, or Christ the mayor, it's Christ the king. And he's not just a king in a storybook sense, or a king in the sense of, some countries today have royal families still, and they're more figureheads than actual authorities in the country. No, he's a real, actual king of the entire universe. And we hear about this in the gospel reading today, right? It's kind of seems like an odd passage maybe to read. It's an Easter, it's a Good Friday narrative, right? Jesus is being crucified, but you have the Roman authorities, the official authority of the land, putting above Jesus' head, "This is the King of the Jews," right? And so you've got a real authority actually declaring him to be king. Now, they were making fun of him, and they were kind of jabbing at the religious leaders who didn't want him, claiming anyways, they didn't want him to be king. They wanted to be under Roman authority and all that kind of stuff, which wasn't true, which is why the Romans are jabbing at them. But nonetheless, the Romans officially declare Jesus to be the King of the Jews, and so he is. The only time he ever wears a crown is during this episode. The only time he's ever proclaimed king by someone who is in an authoritative position to make him so is in this episode. And so it's an interesting dynamic at play here. What type of king is he? He's this humble king who allows himself to be crucified. He comes riding in on a donkey, not on a war horse. He's spit on, he's kicked, he's beaten up. He'll let you and me do it to him as well. He'll come to us as a host at Mass and let us doubt that he's there. Let us drop him, God forbid. Let us ignore his presence in the tabernacle. He's this humble king. And yet he's a king that demands our allegiance, right? Traditionally, to kings, you would genuflect, you would bend the knee. And we do this at church, right? Every time we walk into church, we genuflect. Traditionally, the right knee is reserved for God, and the left knee is reserved for human authority. We're genuflecting to the King of the universe. And he's the King of the universe. He's not just the king of a part of it. And so he's the king of our whole lives and not just a part of it. And so the question for us today is, what aspect of our lives do we need to bring under the reign of Christ the King? And which area of my life do I need to bend the knee to Jesus? Is it my family, my finances, my friends at school, my job, my extracurricular activities? Where in my life do I need to bring myself under the reign of Christ the King today?